First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Ha. Work hard every day for me and my family. It's rough, but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come, and I'll be a better man. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Woo! 'Cause today is all I have. I'm gonna live today. Come on. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life, gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah, gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live, 'cause today is all I have.
Today is all that I have. Good morning.
Good morning and welcome to the breakfast hour, Mikey G.
I am sure. I feel welcome this morning
How so?
because I have just woke up completely from my slumber, and I am sure that I didn't do it by myself. So I feel welcome. As somebody did wake me up, and it wasn't some physical person.
Yeah, I was corrected last week. I was corrected. I said
So I feel
I apologize.
You apologize for
I called someone early in the morning and I said I am so sorry.
to wake you.
Yes, and the
You were
response was
you were put in your place. You did not.
you did not wake me.
Ah.
I was awakened by angels.
I was awakened by angels myself this morning. And I don't know about you, if you were awakened by angels or, but I'm sure that the angel wake each of us up each morning,
Yes.
whether we are good or we are bad.
Yes.
We didn't do it. And so God has given us another opportunity, and this is just the real mind blower.
Yes.
Every time I think about it, Lady Elise,
Yes.
is to know that despite our dirty and bad ways, God dispatched his angels to do good deeds for us each day, no matter what. They're just standing by to do our bidding. Bad or good people. It's not just God's good people here and God's bad people and bad people there, and the angels is there for everyone. but it's which one of the angels that you really invite in to do the things that you want to get done.
Oh, wow.
That makes the difference.
That makes a difference.
Because you have two sets of angels, bad angels and
Good angels.
good angels. And
Yes.
how did somebody say, Michael G, where you get your theory from, your biblical knowledge from? Well, there was a war in heaven that the Bible earlier said, and said that 1/3 of the angels in heaven was cast down as evil angels.
Wow. Sometimes we forget, Mikey.
Oh,
We
yeah,
do
we
forget.
forget these things.
We forget these things.
We forget these things.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how was your weekend?
Wow, what a weekend!
Can I tell you that you always start with, ha.
Yeah, it's for me because my weekends are the ones that are very eventful. They're one way
That's a good thing.
one way or the other.
Okay.
So there are a few things that happen this weekend. Some good, some bad, and I'm telling you. And in the days when you get up, life happens, and so, like the song says, while I'm going through my sorrows, I'm alive, and I'm not going to let it break me down.
Oh, wow.
So no, don't dismiss or don't make a mistake to think the smiles are an excuse to say everything is all well. No, the smile is, despite what's happening, my smile will not be broken.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Amazing.
This-
That's a good way to start
Yes.
Monday.
Start the Monday.
Welcome if you're just joining us for the very first time. I want to welcome you to the breakfast hour and just encouraging you to share the link, give us a like, and if you have not yet subscribed and you're just viewing, please go ahead and
Hit
subscribe.
the like button and hit the subscribe button, and of course, do one more thing. Share Flashpoint with somebody. Make this community spread bigger and bigger. Right now, we have people, right now, let me tell you how it works. We have our viewers and our friends who are actually doing that, viewing.
Mm-hmm.
And where does viewing take place? Either on your smartphones
Yes.
or smart devices, let's use that,
Yes.
and your TV. Whether the TV be smart or otherwise. Because what people have done is they have used Fire Stick and everything to make it smarter. So if you didn't have a smart TV before, a Fire Stick can make it smart.
Yes.
That's how it works.
Yes.
So simple it is.
Very simple.
You don't have to worry if you didn't have a smart one. I tell the story so many times, I think. I'm probably exhausted. People are, whoever know before, you already know the story of me getting a chance to get color TV early days.
Yes.
And of course, in the early days, color TV, I grew up with a black and white TV, and black and white was the normal TV to have. A black and white TV, the normal TV to have.
Mm-hmm.
And so I grew up with a black and white TV, and I would tell you, when I went down by my friend's house, and my friend them get color TV now. And I could see that Lucy, I could see that some of the guys who were on the TV didn't have on, all the clothes wasn't black and white.
Okay.
They had color. They had red shirts, blue, pink. People wear different blue jeans, and the jeans wasn't black in this one. It was blue. Of course, we have black jeans,
Yes.
mind you. And they told me that I could get a color TV. They know I could get color TV. They know how to make my TV colored.
And tell me, how did they accomplish
Yeah.
that? I'm anxious to find this out.
Yeah, well, I think you heard it. Yeah, I don't think I heard it before. Anyways, they said to me they're going to make my TV colored. They can help me to make my TV colored. I said, well, yes, please. And they went away. They said I must give them some money. I don't remember how much money I gave to them. And they went away to buy the colored for me.
Yes.
Yeah, and when they come back, the paper that they use to wrap the gift basket and stuff?
They didn't do that.
This rabbit wrap.
They did not do that.
Like a red one. They bought a nice, pretty red one, and then get some the tape, and just put it over the TV screen, and just tape it onto the TV. And I tell you, everybody on the TV became colored. Everybody now was not black and white anymore, but they were red.
No, that one for me, no.
And so that is how I got it. I knew that color TV thing did not make sense. In fact, I was fascinated for a minute
Yes.
that people were not black and white anymore. Because they weren't black and white anymore. It was
Well,
now
I guess mission accomplished.
mission accomplished. So
Yeah.
in totality, they didn't say any lies.
Yes.
They told truth, but it was not so.
I don't know. I would rather have not everybody become red on the TV. I don't know.
You'd rather
That's
You'd
that's
rather
the
have
word.
Jesus than silver and gold.
Yes.
So that happens to me. But we want to thank a few persons on the weekend for being there and doing their awesome thing. People like Maureen. I want to say good morning to Maureen.
Good morning, Maureen. How are you?
Maureen, and of course, Nurse Whitey.
Morning, Nurse Whitey.
Yeah. I want to give a big shout out to the birthday lady herself.
Lady Blossom.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lady Blossom had celebrated her birthday on the weekend, and I can tell you we had fun. Yeah, non-stop.
Yes.
Non-stop. Lady Blossom, she was just like, wow. She enjoyed herself so much. I think she could enjoy herself anymore. Do you think she could enjoy herself anymore? I don't think she could enjoy herself anymore. I think she enjoyed herself to a level of tears,
Yes.
of joy.
Yes.
She
That can
enjoyed
work.
herself to a level of tears, of
That can
joy.
work. Yes.
And I can tell you, she had fun. And all those who came, there was not one person who came that didn't left and say it wasn't a good function. It wasn't a good event. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was. People leave and say, "But I don't like this." And no complaints.
Yeah, it was good.
It was no complaints. If I would say to somebody, this would be for me, doing all the events that I've done over the years, would have been for me a defining moment.
Okay.
Very defining moment that I could see things moving in a different way,
Right.
and people appreciate what they had received on a different level.
Right.
And I tell you, the food was good also.
Right.
The food was good. So for all those who were there, all the friends and family members that were gathered by Marines on Saturday evening, and for those who missed it, I am telling you right now, you have missed a part of your life. I know you didn't feel that way because, why? No, I don't think so. Mikey G, you making up stories. No, but for those who were there, they had a very awesome time. That's what I would say.
Johnny, oh Johnny, Johnny used to go to church when he had no money in his pocket. Johnny was always faithful in his work. Whenever the door was open, he was at church. Johnny's prayer was, Lord bless me, I need a job, I'm on my face. God bless Johnny with a job he was not qualified for. Now we hardly find time for church. Oh Johnny, remember where you're coming from and where your life could have been. God bless you with a better life, and now you hardly find time for it. Oh Johnny, remember where you're coming from and where your life could have been. God bless you with a better life, and now you hardly find time for it. Oh, when you were nothing, you used to walk in his presence, slowly patient, waiting on him. Now you have a degree, a master, and a PhD. Then you try to contradict everything. Remember when you were on your knees saying, Lord, I need a car. God did bless you and where did you part? Oh, Johnny, remember where you're coming from and where your life could have been. God bless you with a better life, and now you only find time for it. Oh, Johnny, remember where you're coming from and where your life could have been. God bless you with a better life, and now you only find time for it. You used to pray before you go to bed. Thank him for every little slice of bread. Remember when you couldn't afford to buy your shoes, now you can buy any style and color that you choose. Why can't you teach your children how to pray? Your mother taught you, that's why you're even blessed today. Satan's trying hard to keep you occupied, but God has been so good, he has never left your side. Johnny, remember where you're coming from and where your life would have been. God bless you with a better life, and now you only find time for it. Oh, Johnny, remember where you're coming from and where your life could have been. God bless you with a better life, and now you hardly find time for it. Oh, remember where you're coming from. Oh, remember where you're coming from. Remember where you're coming from. Oh, remember
Johnny, remember where you're coming from this morning. Johnny.
I know you don't have any problem remembering where you're coming from, Mikey G. You
No.
almost go down memory lane almost every day.
Every
Sometimes
day I
we
go
have
to
to
memory-
retrieve you.
Yes.
We have to come and get you and said, this is 2024, Mikey G.
Yeah, I have to be careful. Don't go down that road again.
Don't get stuck
Yes.
in the past. You know,
I have to be careful with myself.
you have to be careful with yourself.
Yes, not to get to the point where I don't find myself doing the things I should. Yeah.
Yes.
Don't forget, Johnny, that you went to church and God, they would have taught you some good stuff. Sometimes, we send our children to learn more. Yeah. And they come back and tell you more than they have learned. It's like they would come and tell you, Mommy, Daddy, you don't know anything. I'm now a college university graduate and I know more than you now. Children are doing that. They know now more than the parents. I know. You don't have a master's degree, Daddy. I have a master's degree. Mommy, you didn't go to school past elementary school. You can't talk to me, And it has become a real situation these days, Let's do a times check.
Lasco One and Up now has ARA, DHA, and prebiotics. It's a new, smarter formula. The time by Lasco One and Up is
6:56 right here in Grand Cayman. If you're up there in Edmonton, it would be 5:56. That means you're just getting ready, just getting from off the covers, just putting your legs down, and just ready to kneel by your bedside, just ready to start your magnificent Monday. And if you have chosen to start it the Flashpoint way, well, we are here to get you ready, not just for today, but for the untried week.
Yeah.
So let's get it done, Mikey G. Let's
All right.
do it.
So we
do
are
it.
about to do our devotion. I want to say good morning to everyone who have just joined us. I want to say welcome to the breakfast hour. And of course, stick and stay. We have much to talk about and of course to share with you. Yeah.
Good morning. This is day 27. Let him who thinks he stands take heed lest he fall. 1 Corinthians chapter 10 verse 12. The Pain of Falling, written by Dave Brannon. There I was, sailing along on my rollerblades, my wife at my side. Suddenly, the wheels on my left boot began to wobble, and a second later, I was face down on the asphalt. Just like that, I had a broken finger and some nasty cuts on my face. This happened a couple of years ago, but the results of that fall are still fresh on my mind. The pain of falling is still with me, making me much more cautious on my rollerblades. Having fallen once, I take every precaution to avoid doing so again. Falling isn't good, but for anyone who has stumbled in life, something positive can result if the fall leads to a more careful way of living. Paul admonished, let him who thinks he stands take heed lest he fall. Believers do fall, but when we do, our goal must be to learn from our error and to avoid a second spill. If you have stumbled along the course of life's journey, there's hope. First, ask God for guidance, for He upholds all who fall. Next, read the Word and begin to live carefully by its principles. Be transformed by the renewing of your mind. Have you fallen? Ask God to help you get up and keep from falling again. We're thankful, Lord, that when we fall, we can begin anew. If humbly we confess our sin, then turn and follow you. Our quote this morning reads, when we walk in the light, we won't stumble in the darkness. End quote.
When we walk in the light, we will not stumble in the darkness. That's a powerful quote that sometimes we are unable to even comprehend the levels
Yes.
of where it is.
Uh-huh.
When you walk in the light,
Yes.
it's impossible for you to stumble
Yeah.
in the darkness. Impossible, you know. You can't stumble in darkness if you're walking in light. But as the Bible would say, that darkness is upon the face of the earth, and not just darkness,
Gross darkness.
gross. Now, what does darkness look like? Is the first question.
And what else? Gross darkness.
And what does gross darkness look like in comparison?
That bad man.
Like, yeah, I'm walking in the dark, and you know that there's nowhere you can see. You're only walking by faith, because if there's a hole there, you're going to drop right down to the bottom of it, or drop over somewhere.
But listen.
So how dark the place is.
Can I share an interesting experience?
Yes.
Can I share one?
Please.
Yeah, and I would have shared it before, but in a different context.
Right.
Yeah, my family and I, we like to hike, and I've been hiking for quite a while. And one of my very first experience, and I want to say good morning to those persons that I went on my very first Blue Mountain hike with. And it was a group from Andrews Church, Cheryl Street, Sam Street, Michael, not this Michael. Yes, but Ducky, Devon, yeah, man, and we would have started our journey at Mavis Bank in St. Andrew. I want to say good morning to Nikki, who is from Mavis Bank. And when we start our hike, our guide, Richard, good morning, Richard, our guide would say to us, you cannot kill your flashlight, right? We're hiking in the night because to hike in the day it's so hot.
The time is hot. It will
It's
kill you.
hot. So we would embark on a 5 to 6 hour walk
Wow, that's a whole day.
in the night.
That's a whole day in the night.
But when we
Walking.
started that first trip, we started with devotion and we enlightened our journey to the Christian pathway. It kind of the terrain kind of rough and
you are
yeah,
psychologically,
it was a spiritual trip.
psychologically and spiritually
It was a different sort of
fixing
trip.
the mind.
So, the guide says, all right, one, there are rest stops. You're not going to stop before you reach this rest stop, right? You're not going to drink off all the water.
Don't stop to rest before it's time to rest.
Right? And also, don't kill your light with your flashlight. Your batteries will die if you're going to have it on for 6 hours, just shining the light. Your night vision
It's going to be necessary on this trip.
is going to come into play. Give it, and I could not figure out. The first thing I did, I wanted to turn on my light. I had to turn on my light. I'm like, I'm walking in the dark, right?
Impossible to walk in the dark.
I was surprised, Mikey G.
To see how bright the place
I
was.
learned when all the light went and we were walking.
That you could see.
I was surprised
That you could see.
that I could see.
Yeah. Well, this is for me as a child growing up. I knew this because I grew up on a farm. And the farm wasn't well lit in that sense.
Yes.
There's lots of darkness. Everywhere is dark.
Yeah.
When night come down, it's just pitch black. And we as children were outside playing in the dark and able to see each other.
Yep. We could see the path. And if you have hiked, it's a trail, it's a trek, it's a track, and some of the places when we were coming down in the daylight and saw some of the places that we walked, we were like,
How is that even possible?
is this a precipice? Is this, But we all went on the journey safely, and I learned something that night that I'm able to just develop this ability to see even in these dark areas. You can just trust that process, and it was an amazing trip. I'm smiling now because I remember at one point when we were at part of, about midway, we had a nice clearing and we saw the moon shining.
Wow.
And we sat down there in God's beautiful nature. Listen, it was an experience like none other. You have to do these things sometimes when you're young, because no. Anyway, good morning. It is Magnificent Monday, and we are having a whale of a time here on the breakfast hour, breakfast time.
Thank you very much. Of course, we want to say a word from our sponsor this morning. This segment of the breakfast hour is brought to you by Lasco Food Drink and Lasco Food Product for all your Lasco need right here in the Grand Cayman Islands.
Take it from me, Lasco Food Drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Lasco Food Drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco Food Drink. Good, healthy, fun!
Lasco Food Drink.
Lasco Food Drink, good, healthy, fun. Of course, just reminded that today is going to be one of the days that you will never ever be the same about again. I don't know what direction it will take you. Also, on a sad note, on the weekend, Lady Elise, I learned that while I was at the party,
Yes.
one of my co-workers back in Jamaica
Yes.
passed away.
Wow.
I remember interviewing for a job,
Uh-huh.
and he was the one who interviewed me,
Ah.
you know. And of course, later became friends over the period of time working at the institution. And, you know, to learn that he passed away, I remember the last time I saw him.
Yes.
In fact, he called me while I was in Cayman, right
Yeah.
here, and we spoke on the phone. The last time we spoke on the phone, we never talked again after that. But I remember talking to him, and to hear on Saturday night that he passed away, you know, it bring me back to just realizing our mortality. You
Yes.
know, while we are here fighting each other and disrespecting each other for all the things that you can find to disrespect each other for.
Well, condolences to you
Yeah.
and the school family and his family as well. It's never easy. It's never, a moment when we lose our loved ones.
Yeah.
And that's why when we live purposely, we interact with someone, let's try and interact in a more positive
There's a neighbor.
way.
There's a neighbor of mine also, you know, good
Yes.
friend as well. We attend the same church
Yes.
in Jamaica. And close by, we are close proximity to
Yes.
each other, you know,
Yeah.
neighbors practically.
Yes.
And he also passed away. Prominent person in the Adventist church, pathfindering,
Yes.
big names.
Yes.
You know, the church family would miss
Yeah.
a person of this magnitude, this caliber person
Yeah.
who have trained so many youngsters
Right.
in developing their social and
Yes.
technical skills in living in country in what you'd call survival skills.
Yes.
And just deportment.
Mm-hmm.
And he's passed away. He'll be buried, I think, on the 2nd of June
Mm-hmm.
in Jamaica.
Mm-hmm.
And condolences also to the family.
Mm-hmm.
Sister Julie Taylor, I want to say, Sister Julie,
Mm-hmm.
condolences to you. And the kids, I wanted to call all the names and stuff right now, but yeah,
Condolences.
As I said, I don't want it to be sad morning, but
It's always a good time to reflect and remember.
I couldn't pass that because, truth be told, from I was told that Mr. Morgan passed.
Yes.
The whole my life is just like this in front of me. It's like I'm looking at
Your mortality.
I number my days.
Teach us.
I number my days, and the Bible says, "Teach us
Teach us
how to number our days."
to number your days.
And because of that, I've just been looking at how people are treating people badly, hurting them every day because you can, being obnoxious because you can,
Yeah.
being disrespectful because you can,
Let's turn that around.
being hurtful,
Let's turn
being
it
hateful.
around. Yeah.
You
Turn
know?
it around. Turn it around.
And I see these things, people fighting over properties and
Yeah.
land, and you're murdering people, you're killing them, you're doing all sorts of things. And you yourself won't last, like my mother would say, you won't last like a snow cone in a shed pan. Snowball.
Snowball in a shed pan.
You won't last as much as that. You're just like melting ice
Yes.
that
Yeah.
eventually will dissolve to nothing.
Yes. Yes. That's true.
You know?
Very true, Mikey G. And speaking of numbering our days, today is day number 27. And do you want to know what is
What
celebrated?
is celebrated on day
on
number 27?
Today,
Yes.
day number 27. All right. I'm going to just select a few of the
What?
national days.
Yes. Let's hear some of the national days.
Decoration Day. Yes. Nothing to Fear Day. World Marketing Day.
Nothing to fear. Nothing to fear day is today.
Yes.
I think nothing to fear day is simply every single day that you get up. You must not fear anything, because the truth is, the day is going to come, and whatever is coming with the day, you have to face it.
Spring Bank Day.
Spring what?
Spring Bank Day.
Spring bank. What's that?
I'm going to tell you more about it. I'm just
Okay,
listing them.
you're just listing.
There are a few days. It's
Alright.
National Cellophane Tape
Ah,
Day.
cellophane tape. What an
Yes.
invention when that came out. The invisible tape.
National Grape Popsicle Day.
Ah.
It's also Memorial Day. Do you know it's a holiday today in the US?
Yes. I was informed of that on the weekend, because I have family
Okay.
members that are celebrating.
So wait them up now. And then National Sunscreen Day. Celiac Awareness Month. National Children's Gardening Week. National Smile Month.
Oh.
Yes. And it's part of National Physical Fitness and Sports Month. And we're going to have a little feature to celebrate that. National Physical Fitness and Sports Month.
So guys, we're going to be giving you a little bit of exercise this
Alright.
morning
So-
for your exercise pleasure. Hope you'll enjoy it. And of course, just get your exercise gear up and ready from
Yeah,
now, because
yes.
when we are coming off, we're going to go right into our exercise, and then we're going to come back from that then into our news. All right?
Right, it's gonna be just so if you are not yet ready for work, or if you are home today, it's Memorial Day in the US, and you didn't get a chance to go walk. We have a special feature by Gillard. If you know Gillard from way back, yes. Just a little snippet, so just get the blood pumping, so you can stick and stay for that as we, So, what did you want to find out more about?
Well, I was just asking a question about the...
Cellophane Day, Decoration Day, Nothing to Fear Day.
Well, nothing to fear. There is I think it's self-explanatory. But then go ahead and let me hear about Nothing to Fear Day.
All right. If you are just waking up out of your bed and you're tuned in live to the breakfast hour, today is Magnificent Monday, and it's also Nothing to Fear Day. Have you ever tried to conquer your fears in one day? Nothing to Fear Day, celebrated on May 27th, encourages people to face their fears head on. It's a day to step out of your comfort zone and confidently tackle life's challenges. Inspired by Franklin D. Roosevelt's famous phrase, "The only thing we have to fear is fear itself." This day reminds us that fears can be overcome with courage. The importance of this day lies in empowering individuals to challenge and surpass their limits. Facing fears leads to personal growth and renewed sense of bravery. People feel encouraged to tackle anxieties and uncertainties. Overcoming these fears helps open up new opportunities and brings a sense of freedom. Now, what's the history of this day? Nothing to Fear Day draws inspiration from Franklin D. Roosevelt's famous speech on March 4, 1933. Roosevelt, addressing a nation gripped by the Great Depression, offered words of encouragement. His most memorable line was, "The only thing we have to fear
Is fear
itself." This resonated with many Americans, offering hope during these tough times. So over the years, the idea evolved into a celebration that encourages people to face their fears.
Wow.
Although the exact origins of this day remain unclear, it aims to promote courage and self-confidence. How can you celebrate the day? Come with me. Face your fears. Nothing to Fear Day calls for facing your fears head on. Try something you have always been nervous about. Perhaps public speaking. skydiving, or chatting with a neighbor you haven't spoken to. Face the fear, feel the thrill, and relish the satisfaction. Yeah, man. All right, so let's just list a few. Seek out an adventure, expand your horizons, spread positivity, meditate on courage, make a fear list.
Make a
Fear list.
fear list that will make you fearless.
Nothing to Fear Day is today. It's also Memorial Day. It's a beautiful day to celebrate Nothing to Fear Day. But for Americans, I think it's a big holiday.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's go with the holiday that's happening today, Memorial Day.
It's
Let's talk
observed
about
on the last Monday in May. Every year, Memorial Day is a federal holiday in the U.S. that honors and remembers those who have died while serving in the military, particularly those who lost their lives in the line of duty. The holiday was first observed after the American Civil War to honor the Union soldiers who had died, and was later extended to include all military personnel who have died while serving. Yeah.
You know that
So happy Memorial Day to our US viewers.
here is the wars that is being fought. everywhere.
Yes.
When the wars are being fought,
Uh-huh.
who are being killed in those wars?
Well, some of the soldiers,
Who are the soldiers?
persons who have volunteered or dedicated or given their lives to the service of their country.
Who are these people?
People like me and you.
Are they men and women or men?
Well, in this case, men and women.
In this case? In that case?
I don't know anymore. I do not know.
That war that you see being fought, all those wars that are memories about,
Are men.
are men.
Yes.
It is in the recent time that women are joining as warriors to fight the wars as well. But then if the war go down, how many women you think per in the ratio of men that will be in that war? What do you think it is? Like a 10% men and 90% women?
We can get the statistics, you know that.
We can?
We can. Statistics.
But all the wars that have been fought were specifically designed to kill men. Everyone.
Can I also suggest when you, that we observe a moment of silence, not only for the military, but you started the program by mentioning two persons.
Yes.
Your neighbor and also a colleague of yours you would have met years ago. I think it's fitting on this Nothing to Fear Memorial Magnificent Monday that we honor the memory of those persons we have lost. Yeah.
Men are under attack from every angle.
Yes.
And when we see these wars coming up, the men are sent to the wars to fight and die for everything that you see. Nobody regards that as anything. I don't see the regarding because
You
the
don't see
society
the
is not.
regard?
No, the society is not very kind to men. It's not a very kind place. Men are not in a kind environment when it comes on to living in this environment. It's a serious place to be right now, and it gets more dangerous for men every single day. Being born a man child, wars is going to be part of your job. You're going to have to go fight. What would it be like if, let me ask you this, you have boys.
It's a secret, Mikey G. That's a secret.
You have only boys. Let me ask you something. Suppose there's a war that comes up and they say all the men must stay home but all the women must go to fight the war. How would you see that? I don't know. Here's a big opportunity. All the women suit up to fight the next world war that is coming up. And ready yourself for that war because the men are going to be staying home taking care of the children. See to it that the family is okay when you go to war. When you come back, the house will be ready for you to come back to. How do you see that? How would you view something like that? Does it sound reasonable or wicked? Oh, no, tell me, what it sounds like to you?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to get the right answer. I don't know. I don't know.
I know that there are
I
some
don't
brave
know.
ladies out there who are troopers and ready to go to fight. I
don't
know.
know.
But then let's hear it from the boys. Or let's hear it from the girls in this way. Girls, what do you say? The next war coming up, you are going to fight that war to protect the family. How about that? Nobody is going to be seeing that as a good thing. In fact, the society will be outraged of sending their parents sending out their enlisting their girls. Not the ones who are saying, I want to be like the guy is going to fight. Not that one. When the letter come to your house and tell you that your daughter must come to do it, and the parents are going to say, no, I'm not sending my daughter. You know that, right? But when the boys get it, you have to say, boy, is my son, and you have to brave, son. Brave up yourself. You're a man now, and your country duty is called. Men have suffered serious affliction over time. And in the name of protection, they have died. Our society is suffering from a lack of men, loss of men, not enough men, because of wars that have taken many lives. Many lives. That would render a society manless in a lot of ways. When you pack up 31 million men from a country and send them out to war, that's 1 million families that don't have a man in there. That's 1 million wives, 1 million children if there's one child home. Judge if there's 2 children in the home. That's 2 million kids that don't have a father, that don't have fathers. And if those million die, that's 1 million men that won't come back. What happened to that 1 million women who will lose their man in the war? What should they do now? Because now they don't have enough men now to service all the women. They're going to put it that way. How do you figure that out? And then you create this imbalance and then want to say everything is normal. It's not. It's a deliberate act of disrupting the family unit. Constant fighting and wars. It has never been any way different. But when you find the wars that are so not even making any sense anymore, and the men have to pack up and go fight, it's a dangerous place to be. Somebody said, Mikey G, you're a coward. Nope, I'm not coward. I'm one of the people who want to fight for something that I would actually make sense for me to fight for. I'd love to see that happening.
There was a time in my life when I felt like I had lost it all. I felt so alone. Yeah. I felt like there was no one to talk to, nowhere to run. But then you reached down, you showed me love, and you rescued me. Who could it be? He rescued me. Who could it be but the soon coming King? Who could it be? He rescued me. The shackles are broken. He set me free. Life had me bound.
I want to just, like we say, we are going to be doing a moment of silence this morning for all the slain warriors. And these are including women as well. Because in the wars, casualties of war is women and children. And so, when we look at war, it's an evil thing. It's not a good thing to see.
Mm-hmm.
God didn't design us to fight and kill each other for the senseless things that we are killing each other for.
Mm-hmm.
I played something the other day. 150 years from now, none of us will be here. And all the persons who are fighting for all the things that we are fighting for right now, it won't matter then. It will not matter. It will not matter. So I want to give a moment of silence for and condolences for those who have lost their lives and for those who have given their life willingly for the protection of others. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for keeping the silence with us a little bit, to honor those who were slain. And remember those on Memorial Day, not just in the U.S., but for those soldiers who may have been from another side that fight the same war that, we always try to say the enemies. I've seen the children of Israel going through the wilderness. The children of Israel going through the wilderness experience. And upon their first encounter, one of those Eden nation came and basically ravished the village. Took some of them captive, took the women, took the children, enslaved some of the men. And they had to learn quickly that the next time the Eden nation turn up, they must have a challenge. And the children of Israel, God's people, had to build an army very fast. Strong men had to come to the front same time, ready to give their lives for the defense of the women and children. It's always women and children that is being defended. And then where are our women and our children when the men needs you? At this time, you don't need the men. We don't need the men. And this is a storyline that comes up when we hear the women speak these days. We don't need no man. But every time the protection of the women should be around, should come, is the men are protecting the women and children. But there's no protection for the man in this regard. Society has cultured that wicked, evil strain of thought within our women to disrespect the very essence of what it means to support, but want the support when it is necessary for the survival of yourselves. And I have the storyline that people say is a man, they make it up and make it be so. I don't know who do it, but I can say to you that whoever is doing it, you and the enemy, the devil himself, is working together as a partner. Anybody is doing that, you and the devil are partnering with the demise of mankind. Whether it be a church leader or a regular man on the street. I think that's it. That's how I feel about it.
I hear you.
It has been, it is really troubling, Lady Elise, to find that when you see everything go down, the men are so disrespected in the society, you can't seem to hear a good word anymore about a man. If you're on social media, if you hear one comment of a good thing, 100 comments comes after. Bad. It's a very bad place to see. Very bad place to see.
There was a time in my life when I felt like I had lost it all. I felt so alone. Yeah. I felt like there was no one to talk to, nowhere to run. But then you reached down, you showed me love, and you rescued me. Who could it be? He rescued me.
I
I
didn't
have
know.
a cousin in the Cayman Islands. I want to say a big shout out to the lady Selma Barton this morning.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good morning, Selma.
Yeah, Selma lives in West Bay.
Yes.
Yeah. I want to say good morning to Selma. She goes to the West Bay Church.
Okay.
She's an Adventist. Wasn't born an Adventist. But are we born Adventist? Alright guys, I think it's time for our news this morning. For those who are ready for the news today. What's happening in the news today, Lady Elise?
You have to wait until news time.
But I tell you, we have to wait until news time.
Exactly.
Oh no. Well, alright. Well, since we have to wait until news time, well, alright. Coming up next in the news. Of course, we want to say this morning, this news is brought to you by Lasco for all your Lasco product and your Lasco needs. Right here in the Grand Cayman Islands. So let's do it like this.
Take it from me, Lasca food drink is the best nutrition for the whole family. It provides protein, which keeps us healthy, and calcium, great for building strong bones and teeth. Lasca food drink has vitamins A and C, which helps to prevent illnesses. I think that's what they call protecting the immune system. I'm never short on energy since it's fortified with iron. Nutrition never tasted so good.
Lasco food drink. Good, healthy, fun!
Lasco food drink.
Good morning, listeners. Good morning, viewers. Welcome to the Breakfast Hour News. I'm Lady Elise, and I'm here to bring you the latest news from around the world and right here in Cayman. Let's get started with today's top stories. We begin with local news. Bonnie Moon Beach Club opens on Grand Cayman. Bonnie Moon Beach Club is now open in Grand Cayman, occupying the beloved site of the former Calico Jacks. Bonnie Moon pays tribute to its predecessor and the legendary pirate Annie Bonny. The beach club features a walk-up cafe serving a variety of beverages and snacks, and a beachfront bar and restaurant open from 11 a.m. until late. Emphasizing sustainability, guests are encouraged to bring their own cups. General Manager Killian Werner highlighted Bonnie Moon's homage to the vibrant gatherings that once took place at Calico Jacks. On the international scene, American returns home after suspended sentence in the Turks and Caicos Islands. U.S. national returned home after being detained for 101 days in the Turks and Caicos Islands for carrying ammunition. The accused, who received a suspended sentence, expressed relief at reuniting with his family. The U.S. State Department has advised travelers to be vigilant about carrying firearms and ammunition following stricter gun laws in the Turks and Caicos Islands. St. Vincent police officer dies in accident. The Royal St. Vincent and the Grenadines police force is mourning the loss of a corporal who died in a vehicular accident in Hopewell. This morning, Commissioner Enville Williams and police force have extended condolences to his family and colleagues. Two shooting incidents in Turks and Caicos Islands. The Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force is investigating two separate shootings in Providenciales. A 34-year-old male was found dead at his home after a gunshot was heard. In a separate incident, a security guard was injured during a robbery at a bar on South Dock Road. The guard is receiving medical treatment. Guyana celebrates 58th independence anniversary. Guyana marked its 58th independence anniversary with President Dr. Irfan Ali highlighting the country's progress and future goals. In his address, President Ali emphasized improvements in health and international standing, aiming for unity and prosperity under the One Guyana vision. Nicki Minaj's concert postponed after detainment in Netherlands. Nicki Minaj's Manchester concert was postponed after she was detained in the Netherlands for possessing marijuana. Minaj was fined and released, but the delay caused her to miss the scheduled performance. According to Loop News, the concert will be rescheduled and tickets will be honored. 12 injured in Qatar Airways turbulence. A Qatar Airways flight from Doha to Dublin encountered severe turbulence over Turkey, injuring 12 people, including 6 passengers and 6 crew members. The injured received medical attention upon landing in Dublin. This incident highlights increasing reports of turbulence-related injuries potentially linked to climate change. Bangladesh prepares for cyclone. Bangladesh has evacuated nearly 800,000 people as a severe cyclone approaches, with expected wind speeds up to 135 kilometers per hour. Schools and airports have been closed and precautions are in place at the main seaport. India is also bracing for the cyclone, with Kolkata airport closed for 21 hours. Papua New Guinea landslide death toll rises. The United Nations estimates that over 670 people have died in a landslide in Papua New Guinea. Rescue efforts continue, but hope for finding survivors is diminishing. The landslide has left many homeless, and relief crews are working to move survivors to safer areas. And some news from Jamaica. 100 new buses for Jamaica's urban transport. Jamaican Urban Transport Company, JUTC, will receive 100 new buses for July, enhancing the fleet ahead of the new school year. According to Loop News, Transport Minister Darrell Vaz confirmed the arrival of these compressed natural gas buses, aiming to improve public transportation services. Efforts to ease overcrowding in Jamaican jails. Deputy Prime Minister Dr. Horace Chang announced plans to address overcrowding in police lockups, including alternative solutions for low-risk prisoners. Community services with electronic monitoring is being considered alongside potential construction of more jail space. And finally, police service vehicle shortage in Jamaica. Opposition spokesman Senator Peter Bunting has urged authorities to address the shortage of service vehicles at police stations. The lack of reliable vehicles is impacting police effectiveness, with some stations in South Manchester operating with only one old, unreliable vehicle. Now that's all for this morning's news on Flashpoint Radio. Stay tuned for more updates throughout the day. I'm Lady Elise, wishing you a magnificent Monday.
News and more news, Lady Elise.
Yeah. We don't want no more jail space.
Yeah.
We want less
Boy,
prisoners.
I tell you, boy. When they build jails, who they building jails for?
Less prisoners, man. We want, I don't know. The world can never be a perfect place, but we can hope and aspire that we will have a place where,
But look how simple.
It's better.
Look how simple. Look how simple it is. Look how simple it is.
Tell me, how simple is it?
We have the churches, not one church, churches, many different churches, denominations, whichever one,
Yes.
don't matter. I've embarked upon things like prison ministry and stuff like that,
Yes.
where you go in these prisons and actually, assist prisoners or
Yes.
give them Bible study and stuff like that.
Yes.
And I look at how much money is spent to house prisoners.
I was gonna. Sorry, yeah. You're talking about meals and healthcare and stuff,
And the staffing of them.
and staff.
Annual payments.
Yes.
What if that money was spent
In preventing that from
in another way?
Yeah.
I mean, I know that crime can't be stopped. Let's be real about this. Crime will never, ever, under no circumstances.
I'm just trying to imagine that if there was no crime.
There will never be be that.
It's not possible?
The only way that is possible, unless crime is not seen as crime anymore.
Oh boy. One can only. Ay, ay, ay.
What criminalizes somebody today would not criminalize them 10 years ago.
Yes.
You have to see that we are sometimes the ones. Alright, I'm not advocating for people who smoke anything at all.
Yes.
Nothing. I'm not advocating for anyone who would put any narcotics or any substance that would harm you, because the Bible says this is a temple of the Holy Spirit. You should not trouble it. But here is where we have the whole thing going on.
Yeah.
We as man come up with the most ingenious ways to do things. And every time we come up with something, it's to harm somebody else.
Sad.
If we made a gun,
To secure ourselves.
To hunt and catch food. Hold on. To hunt and catch food. It is then used to shoot the next human being and create war and mayhem.
Oh, wow.
It was not for anything else,
Yes.
but to find food. But then you'd make a repeater rifle that would be used specifically to shoot each other because you want to kill each other at a faster rate.
No.
I would say that here is the natural plant that grows.
Yeah.
And I'm not advocating for it. But somebody will go to prison and spend countless numbers of years. And then one day you wake up and somebody else who claimed the one to imprison you, they now start to plant the same thing and selling it and call it another name. They imprison the people for smoking ganja and then plant the thing and call it hemp. I mean, it is confusing already. So you start to wonder, where is the justification in all of this? Oh, it's the purpose for which you're planting it that makes the difference. Sorry, I missed it. So, I am very slow. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. Those guys who smoke it, you must go to prison. Those who plant it for other reasons, for medicinal purpose, you must be awarded many millions of dollars and a Nobel Prize winner for coming up with a great idea.
Yes.
Somebody says a different strain and they have taken out one component.
I don't know. I'm no authority on the matter.
I know. But I can see how we have created laws to do evil. Look at Rosa Parks. Let's go to Rosa Parks' story. Rosa Parks' story was a very simple one. Interesting.
Why did we had that feature? We should put it on every now and then.
Every now and then, right?
Yes.
Rosa Parks' story was very interesting.
Yes.
And so she went on a bus just to go home like everybody else.
Yes.
But the law that would make you free or incarcerate you,
yes,
says if a white person, and I'm not speaking of racism or anything, guys, please measure yourself. We're just talking about the laws that we have looked at and how we have now built more prisons for persons because we have now created more laws that will incriminate you quicker. Alright. And we might find the reasons that they are good for the society.
Yes.
Mind you, I am not beating up on the lawmakers because those same laws may protect me from somebody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, anyways, let's look at the Rosa Parks story. And it's not a one-off. This is just one of many. And we can look in the law books and see so many laws right now that if you just look at some of the laws that are now missing now and being taken off, that was criminalized or was criminal activities before and now not criminal anymore. We are slowly doing it. But we're doing it in our own way.
Yes.
What of those persons in Jamaica or other parts of the world who was incarcerated for smoking a ganja cigarette or something and now legalizing the substance? And then what do you say to those persons' family who you have taken away the man from the house?
Sorry, that's what you say. No.
You tell them sorry?
Yeah.
And they know it's legal? When did you come up with that? You know? And it's troubling. At the time it was an illegal. Here's the justification.
It's gonna be.
At the time it was an illegal substance and you acted illegally in this matter. And so I am not advocating for any young man to smoke anything. Young people, old people, no matter who you are. I'm not doing it. I'm looking at the thing to just simply say to you that we have come up with laws that are really criminalizing people that you shouldn't even have a problem with in the first place. You know what my mind is? If you had left the people to smoke them weed and just left them alone do it, no, it wouldn't be expensive in the first place. Nobody wanted to buy because it was grass. It's just bush. And if they want to buy, sell them for $1.99 a pound. You take the profit out of it. You take the profit out of it. And immediately you don't need. But I believe that these things create money and jobs for persons. I think it's a social structure. And design. I think it's what designed the social structure. If there's no crime, there's no need for so much policemen and lawyers and judges and all these people. It automatically sells itself. You become obsolete or null and void. It's like you're not necessary in that way. Yes, we say that the things that we do now are necessary. But when you look at the big picture, here's the 1930s war, Al Capone and the drug war. You know what they had to do? They couldn't beat them, you know. No. What they had to do was to legalize the substance.
They had to join them.
No, you don't join something. Let me ask, when they legalized the rum, the rum that they were doing, all of a sudden the crime, the money came out of it. There was no need to have these big task force that's billions of dollars being spent on guns and ammunition shooting. The same gangsters not shooting up anybody to sell anything anymore because there's no money in doing it. It don't make any sense to do it. Why don't you make something no sense to do it and then build less prisons? Alright. Use the money at the front end of socializing people properly. Instead of allowing these nasty songs that are being played now and saying it's the people's right to have it. You hear the storyline? You should have put a little ban on some of these things that people's rights are. And then this is where the criminalizing come again. I guess there's no right way to do it.
Yeah.
I guess there's no right way to do it. Because men's heart is going to be evil and continually evil. We want to do wicked things.
Yeah.
We don't want good things. Here's where I'd lay the foundation. The society went ahead and took out the Bible out of schools and is busy trying to take out Christianity out of our society. They are trying to destroy the element of worship to God. And they are trying to destroy the idea of the wholesomeness of somebody being Christian minded. They are marking it up now to be crazy, you know. People who are Christian minded are being crazy now. That's what you're listening to. And so I would say that the money should be spent in the front end of looking at the family structure and ensuring that the family structure has the right component in them to produce the best quality. Like for socialization, quality of life in terms of where people live. Instead of making slums and creating ghettos, create better environment that people will, and teach that. Use social media and the medias to spread proper messages that brings people in a better space in their mind. It's hard to say it. I don't know how to fix that. But every time I speak it, I can hear all the negatives that come back. More prisons. I don't know. What else jump out at you?
When you need ultrasound that's safe and effective, you must visit Asai Ultrasound Imaging. They're conveniently located at number 4, Chestnut Center, Smith Road, Georgetown, Cayman Islands. With experienced technologists with over 20 years experience, their friendly staff will make you comfortable while you get your procedure done. Asai Ultrasound Imaging is open Mondays to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. on Saturdays. Call Asai Ultrasound Imaging 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426. That's 345-949-2454 or 345-938-3426.
This segment of the Breakfast Hour News is brought to you by Asai Ultrasound for all your ultrasound needs right here in the Grand Cayman Islands. All right, there you have it. That's it. That's it.
All right, so it's been a wonderful morning so far. If you are celebrating Memorial Day and also Face Your Fear Day, I hope that one has been impacting me. I
Face Your Fear Day, Memorial Day.
Yes, and Face Your Fear Day.
Spend more money in socializing. In what? In what's
I
the
don't
word?
know. Don't know.
In the development of the homes, family. Like make those messages. You remember when family units were stronger? Encourage families orientation, the families to be stronger. You remember those times?
Yeah, is that in relation to the days?
No. It is in relation to how we operate as people.
Okay. Oh, so yes. All right.
To make a better society, I'm talking about.
Yes.
So would want to spend money. And so the church, what is the church's responsibility in all of this? You don't know. All right. This, let's see. No, it's one of those things. I'm bothered by the whole thing.
What's particular? I
What bothers me is that it's so disconnected from it is like we have how many churches and denominations.
So in terms of what? In terms of our
There must be more to
the jail time thing. They
not just the jail so much, but youngsters who, even if they don't go to jail, their lives are wasted lives.
Yes.
I mean, I'm not. It's not a jail that bothers me. It is a wasted lives that exist because there's no structure to it.
Okay.
And it's like here you have 4 churches in one area. I'm not beating up on the churches, but I believe that more should be expected from these things. Because what we know for a fact is that the society by and large is going to be run by men who don't have no godly principles.
Mm-hmm.
And but God would be glorified if you find some people who are saying God in their operation as prime ministers or government.
Mm-hmm.
We have to give some, we have to give a round of applause for persons who operate when they get in parliament and still remember that they are Christians and operate in that phase. We have to give that some, so we want to give that to the government that is operating like that, but we see that we need to have better social intervention. From a real level. The only social intervention that we seem to can come up with is imprison people. I'm seeing this as the biggest part of it. There are so many ways to do this thing. And I think the church has a very big part to play because you more than everybody else have one thing on your side that nobody else have. You have the miracles of God. That the impossible can be possible. When the world sees a person who is damned and doomed for life, there is a thing called conversion that is possible and God's intervention that change a circumstance and a person and bring them from a gutter to the utmost of any society that you can find. That is possible too. Why isn't that being visible seen in that sense? There must be more. The church must not be in church all the time. It must be visible, seen on the street, not when a campaign is coming up, but when just by operation. It's not about government, and I'm not saying that you need to be partnering with anybody, because the real truth is there's a principle at work that measures itself and is self-sustaining. It self-sustains itself, and I believe that there's more to be done within the society in this way by the church itself that operates on God's behalf. That's just me. I'm just saying that. It hurt my heart to see how much more can be done, and we are locked away in a box. And while the world suffers because we refuse to go out, not to preach, not to bring Bible study, but just to be good men and women and people who are helpful, that makes person question, who are you? Why are you like this? And then you can then they would have opened the door for you to say, well, I am a Christian, and that is why. But don't come out, I am a Christian, that's why I'm doing it. Let them ask you who you are by doing the good things that you do. You understand what I'm saying?
I do.
Not label yourself, I am a Christian and I'm suited up and I'm out with a big Christian tag on me. No. Be out there as a regular, ordinary person and say, what makes you so different from all these persons? Oh, well, let me introduce you to something that you may not know. And the doors are open for you to do it. And so you are deliberately going out and, doing stuff. I'm thinking it can work. And while crime will be always with us, I think crime can be managed a better way. And there's a better way to deal with a lot of things that we have dealt with already. It's just my mind that says that. All right. Tell us, Elise. You're about to tell us about some.
I lost it. It went. It just like. You know that happens sometimes.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I was just reminding the listeners what we have lined up for this week. Just a reminder that our financial feature comes tomorrow. If you have any questions that you need to be answered, any areas that you need to be emphasized, just send us a message, 345-321-6969. I'll put that number in the description as well. Also, be sure to hop over to our website, that's flashpointmedia.ky. Our doctor comes on Wednesday, so for your medical questions, please also be sure to share them with us. Again, the number is 345-321-6969. I say have yourself a good Memorial Face Your Fear Day and a magnificent Monday.
Face Your Fear Day and magnificent Monday for everybody. From Flashpoint today, I want to say from me to you, from the desk of myself and Lady Elise. Yeah. Face those fears today. Go out and do awesome things. Don't let anything break you down. Be strong. There's much happening around you. And I know that there are governments and the officers of the law who are actually working hard to do their best to bring crime and violence under control. And sometimes they are not without flaws. But in the spate of things, we know that everything is necessary because of how things are designed. If you design it a little different, then it might be necessary a different way. And so that's how I believe. Because we have been creating things differently every day. We have invented new things every day. Why haven't we been able to? You understand? look at some things a little different and make it better. You know, I am yearning for the time when people can live in harmony, unity, and all of this discard is gone. Yeah. Take it from me. I would have said that. Big important point, Lady Elise. All right, so we have our doctor coming on Wednesday, and we also have what's our topic for this week? We don't know. I guess our doctor will tell us when Wednesday come. We did what? We did menopause, andropause. What else we did?
I think those were the 2 topics we covered.
I think we did something else. There was another one as well. Let's do that. Something important. I don't know. Yeah.
My soul, sweep over my soul. The road in life gets rough, Jesus. Sweep over my soul. Oh, I know you can, Lord. Sweep over my soul. My, Jesus. Over my soul. The road in life gets rough sometimes. I know you will. I know you will.
Though the road is rocky sometimes. Yeah. Alright, Lady Elise, I think we can get out of the studio now. What are the last words you want to tell the people this morning?
I'm still alive. No last words yet.
No last
When
words.
there will be the last ones, I probably won't know. And so the words are always. Yeah.
It's a very serious place to be, though.
Yes.
I'm coming out of studio this morning with lots of thoughts in my mind.
I see.
Yeah, it is getting me. I'm unable to keep it together in that way. I don't know how to deal with that without showing that emotion. You can hear my concerns over what's happening around us and how much we know we can do more. Join the Flashpoint family. Like, share, subscribe, of course, to Flashpoint. And of course, let's do something awesome now. Let's be better. Let's be the change that we want to see. Let's be that change. Alright, guys. I guess we're going to be getting out of the studio soon. So, we want to say good morning to you. And if you're just joining us, we want to say welcome to the Breakfast Hour. And of course, catch you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. When we do it all over again for you. And, you know, go with peace, no man. God's grace. Go out and help somebody. They say it's nice to be important. But it's more important to be nice. Have yourself a beautiful one. God bless.
First thing in the morning, I give thanks for another day. I smile, though I don't have no money. I won't let that faze me, 'cause I'm so grateful for life and another chance. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. Hey, 'cause today is all I have. Work hard every day for me and my family. but I gotta make it. Right now, can't hesitate. My time will come, and I'll be a better man. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles. I'm alive, won't be drowned by my sorrows. I'm alive, yeah. Gonna live like there's no tomorrow. I'm gonna live, woo. 'Cause today is all I have. I'm gonna live today. Come on. I'm gonna live. I'm gonna go through my day with a beautiful smile, even when things ain't going my way. I'm thankful for the gift of life. Gonna share that smile, it will never ever fade away. I'm alive, in spite of all my struggles.